Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to the First 11, to the Next Gen. I'm joined today by Will and Ahmed. Guys, how are we doing?
I'm good, thanks. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm not too bad myself. Obviously, I spoke to before we went live, talking about that United 9, Southampton 0 game. We're going to get into that. But before we do that, speak to me really quickly on this whole football thing right now, that VAR. Before we get into the game, I want to talk to you about VAR because that has been a hot topic this week. Will, I'll go to you first. Where do you stand on VAR? And everyone watching right now, please get your live comments in. Tell us what you think about VAR. Not just VAR, about the game, about anything, what you want us to talk about. Get topics in. Make sure you're sharing the stream and liking as well. So, Will, about VAR, but obviously before we go more into that 9-0, speak to me about that.
I think I don't have a problem with VAR. I have a problem with the rules. I think it's clear that the players don't know the rules, and in different games, different events happen. But the players don't know what's going on a lot of the time, and I don't even know if the referees always know what's going on because it takes so long. And in my opinion, today the David Luiz one, I don't think that was a red, if I'm being honest. And I can't remember the Southampton player that got sent off, but that's not really. That's not enough for a red either, is it? Really, if we're being honest. But it's just
no.
And the players that confused and the refs that confused, and it was just such a waste of time.
But what do you think can be done to change it then?
I don't know. They need more clarity on it, I think, because. For me, what it feels like is that it's quite inconsistent at times. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem clear enough. It doesn't seem clear enough.
Yeah, well, obviously I get where you come from. I agree with most of what you said. Ahmed, obviously you're a different sort of fan. You're abroad, aren't you? So, you might have a different thought on it. Where do you stand on it?
Yeah, I have to agree with Will. Like, the invention VAR is fantastic. The concept is fantastic, but the problem is it's too inconsistent. And when it gets too inconsistent, it's just bad for the sport because you have fans debating over if it's right or not. It's different decisions all the time. That's the problem with VAR. And the thing is, especially with England, it's so weird because so many dumb decisions, crazy decisions I never see in France. So, for example, the first red card that David Luiz received, how is that a red card? In my opinion, it's not even close to being a red card. It's debatable if it's even a penalty.
And then I agree with that. It's actually debatable whether it's a penalty, isn't it? That's mad.
Yeah, and the second Southampton red card. In what world is that a red card? It is ridiculous for me, but the concept of VAR is fantastic if it works, and that's the problem. It needs to work, and right now in the Premier League, I think it's too inconsistent. And what they need to do better is, as Will said it, they need to have more clarity of what the rules is, not so the fans will debate over it after the game. That's my
with the thing on referees as well. Do you think it's just a problem with the referees understanding VAR?
I think it's a miscommunication maybe between the VAR room and the referees. But what I will say is that I don't know if this changed this season, but for example, whenever VAR were in France, the referee always went to the screen. I'm seeing it now in the Premier League, but I didn't see it last season in the Premier League. So that's a good thing that a referee on the pitch actually goes and watch it on the screen, on a TV screen. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will, what about you, man?
What I also don't understand about VAR is it's always the clear and obvious. It's like the clear and obvious error side of it. Like sometimes it's viewed as an obvious error and sometimes it's not. So sometimes if the original decision was incorrect, if there's not enough evidence it is a clear and obvious error, they can't overturn it. I find it odd.
It is odd. I think it's a mess. It's an utter mess. I don't know what exactly they can do to change it though. That's where it comes confusing to me, because when you change it, you're going to get other problems, aren't you? But we're going to go into the game that's just gone. Man United 9, Southampton 0. We've seen Southampton on the receiving end of 9-0 before, haven't we? Last year against Leicester. I think it's safe to say Hassan Hutel won't get sacked. But Will, give me your thoughts on that game, because Man United winning 9-0. I think they've put a statement down there, even though Southampton were poor.
Yeah, they
thoughts.
have. I don't know who that youth player was that got sent off, but what a stupid challenge. That was an awful challenge. McTominay's lucky not to be injured there, really, with how bad it was. And then United just didn't let Southampton live at all. Luke Shaw was fantastic. I think did he get 2 assists, Luke Shaw?
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
And I think with Luke Shaw's performances and how Chilwell's performances have just plummeted, really. Chilwell's been awful recently. I think Luke Shaw could be England's first choice left back quite soon, if I'm being honest. But yeah, it was a great performance by Man United all round, and I think players like Martial getting goals as well, I think that will give them a lot of confidence.
That's what
going
they need,
into
isn't
bigger
it?
games. Yeah.
Ahmed, what about you? Obviously, watching from outside of England, supporting a different league, looking at that game, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think the first red card absolutely changed everything. I could just see it in the Southampton players. The moral dropped immediately after that red card. Imagine being a teammate and your teammate receive a red card in the first 2 minutes. It was a disgrace tackle in the first 2 minutes to make. But I would say that it's a very good result for United, even though they are behind City, or technically not, but they have 2 games in hand. But the most important thing I think is that players like Bruno, like Martial, who hasn't scored in 4 or 5 games, got their goals this game, and the moral in the whole United team will rise up. So in that sense, I think it's a win-win in everything, in the result, in the morals, and just the confidence going forward.
Yeah.
100%. This is an interesting comment. Hassan says, people a month ago made Southampton strong contenders for Champions League and complimented how they changed since 9-0 Leicester. They literally gone a full circle. They actually have. They fully have.
Yeah.
But before we move on, for out of all of the teams in the league, well, I'll go to you first. Out of all the teams in the league, how close are United to the title?
I think City are favourites, and I think City will win the league. But with Liverpool, I don't really know where they're at, because one game I watched Liverpool and they're absolutely fantastic. They're the team that we all know they are. And other games they're dropping points against teams which they should be beating.
Yeah.
So I think United will probably get. I think they probably will get top 3. But I think it's definitely going to be a race in the end between City, United, and Liverpool.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I think obviously your team, Chelsea. I think Lampard, or maybe it wasn't even Lampard. Maybe it's just the team. They let themselves down that first half of the season. But Ahmed, with Man United, how close do you think they are to the title?
I don't think they're even close to winning it. I've been saying it all the time. United, they have a good squad, right? But they don't have a good manager. I don't see what everybody sees in United. What have they done? Last year, they came to 4 semi-finals, bottled all of them. They came to the Champions League, fair enough, but they went out in the group stage. So how is that improvements? I get that they made slight improvements in the league, but I see it more as Liverpool making such a downgrade so it looks better. But otherwise, I don't think United is close to winning in the league. I think they will be more close of battling for the top 4 than battling for the league, in my opinion. So,
well, no, we have seen it before, because before we've seen them have a bad first half to the season, and then a really good second half. It might just be the other way around this time, and that could be it. But Samuel, welcome to the stream, man. We're talking about that United game, 9-0. Give me your thoughts on that.
Hassan Hooter, bro, it's happened again. Everyone's mentioning about the 9-0 now, and everyone's going to say which 9-0 you're talking about. It's happened twice, going away. I think this one's not as bad, because in the second minute they went down to 10 men, so you do get that. But all in all, I think we can put United as favourites now, because I can't see a team winning 9-0.
You put United as favourites for the league?
Yeah, I'm saying that.
I don't mean to laugh, but let's respect City, man.
Listen, you know what? I'll let United fans have it, because they've been gassing themselves up. So if you're seeing what you are, then you're the favourites.
I know why you're saying that. I know why you're saying that. Trying to do that little jinx thing.
You're trying to gas
Charlie
them up.
says, Sonny, get back on the football dictionary for it. It's a long story, man. I'm waiting for my new Wi-Fi on the computer because I don't want to be on my phone. But so hang on, let's talk about that again. So, do you genuinely mean that as United favourites, or are you doing what I think you're doing?
It's a bit of both, Sonny. I'll say 50-50, but the thing I won't go with the jinx. I'm going with the other stuff. I genuinely believe it because the team winning 9 in the Premier League, that I know it happened a couple of years ago, but that happens generally every 5 or 7 years. And the way they've been playing, the way we've been attacking, you got to put them as favourites. You've got a tough run. United, I think I see more. How I say, United is just got something about them. It's just a traditional United thing where they just, no matter what, they just something clicks for them. As for Greenwood, United scored 9 goals today, and Greenwood couldn't score 1. So I'll enjoy that. 9 different goal scorers, and Greenwood couldn't even get in sheet. So I'll take that as a win. All in all,
Arsenal fans taking small wins right now, man.
Samuel, I really don't see what you see in United, man. What have you seen in United?
Listen, I'm just saying right now, there's something about them. It's different.
Bro, they were clear favourites in our group.
We know what he's doing, man. We
finished
know what
third.
he's doing.
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just. You've been gassing Christian. You've been gassing your team. I'm like, oh, look at this, look at that. So if your team, if you gas them up so much, then I'll give you the compliment. I'm rating you. I'll take your gas. I'm taking it right now and saying your favourites. So you don't want the gas? Don't gas your team up then. Simple as.
If United had a manager like Max Allegri, I think they could win the league. If I'm being honest, and that.
Do you think it's the final step with Ollie then that he's going to miss?
I'm not even trying to discredit Ollie as a manager because I don't think he's that bad. I just don't think I don't see United winning anything with Ollie. I don't see them winning anything. I think it would just be consistent Champions League football until maybe then he goes on a bad run and gets sacked. I think that's what it'll be.
To be fair, they're in the Europa League and FA Cup, so even in this title race, 1 or 3. There's 1 or 3 chance in my eyes for him to win a trophy. Maybe if he can get past the FA Cup semis, a lot of people struggle to get past the semi stages. It's just not a normal thing. But, Ollie, he's missed it 4 times now. Something about the FA Cup with United this year, because generally when we win the FA Cup, they tend to win the year after. So I'll put United win the FA Cup as well.
Yeah, Christian says Saka's literally the reason you lost today. Hush your gums.
That doesn't mean he's still better than Greenwood.
We're going to talk about Arsenal in a bit. We're going to talk about Arsenal in a bit, but carrying on with Ollie, I'm going to ask this: like his whole time at United, what would you rate that out of 10? Will?
I'd give it a 6.5. I'll give it that because he hasn't won anything. He hasn't won anything though.
Yeah, but we see managers come in and win 1 trophy, then get sacked. This is different. This is more like a project.
Okay, maybe a 7 then.
Yeah, I think 7's fair. Yeah. Samuel, what you saying?
I'm gonna say 7 because during his first season, second season, during the end, that he was getting thrashed week in, week out. He lost home to Cardiff, lost 4-0 to Everton. There was a game where I think it was in October, they were 17th. They lost 1-0 to Newcastle, and every time Ollie pulls it out of the bag. So, he's done his time, and look, it's starting to pay off. So I'll give him a 7.
Ahmed, what you giving him?
I think you guys are generous. I will give it a 5.
Man.
Oh, bro, the guy has been inconsistent. He has been we literally gave him the job. After that PSG win, we gave him the job. After that, he went on a really bad run. Fair enough, he came to the Champions League last season, but the Premier League wasn't even that good last season. The quality, it was literally between Liverpool and City. Those were the only good teams last year. He got
Jerry,
to the
man, get on here and say it with your chest then.
Jesus.
Sitting in the live comments, man. You don't believe that.
And last year, he did absolutely nothing. Lost 3 semi-finals and went down in the Champions League group stage. For me, that's a disgrace to come third in the Champions League group stage. Even like Arsenal, they go through it and they lose 5-1 at the round of 16. That's better than going out in the group stage. So for me, it's an easier 5. I don't see nothing in Ollie.
I'm going to be devil's advocate, but if we went out in 2014, Ahmed, we would have won the Europa League. So instead of finishing in round of 16, we could have gone further and won a trophy.
Yeah, but it's a matter of it. It's a
You
matter
never
of
know. Sociedad could knock out Man United in the round of 32. For all we
Yeah,
know.
you know why?
They could.
Because I don't see them playing anyone in the Europa League. I'm just gonna say, you see, I think it was when Napoli won a title race. They got knocked out of the Europa League and they didn't play anyone, and they got knocked out by Leipzig in the first round. So I don't see anything.
I
Yeah,
think
but,
AC
you
Milan
know.
have a good chance.
Yeah, I think
I think
Sociedad, I give them credit.
Yeah, I think it's between AC Milan, United, and who more? Who more plays? Is it
No, but
Inter, right?
no, Ahmed. But the thing is, if they're in the title race, I don't see them going for this. So I think they're gonna get knocked out.
David
that's
Silva
true.
will turn up against
Ahmed, what I want to ask you here, because we like it's literally in topic. You've always got a different opinion to us, and literally everything we've mentioned so far. Obviously, you're like supporting a different league, aren't you? So, speak to me like about Premier League fans, because obviously, you must think that they see things different. What do you think that is?
I don't know where to start, but I'm not talking about all the Premier League fans. I just need to say it because I don't want any hate. But most of the Premier League fans, the majority, I don't know why they're so deluded. They say that they watch the European leagues, but they don't even have a clue. They claim things they don't even know. That's the problem I have. Like, if you're honest and say openly, I don't watch this league, then it's fine. But don't say that, oh, my team is better than yours, or this player is better than that. He's crap when you don't even watch the league. That's the only problem I have. And but the problem isn't that, like, I don't watch the Bundesliga, and I'm openly honest by it. But to claim things and say the opposite, that's the problem I have.
Anyway, I best get to him while he's excited. Jerry, speak to me about 9-0.
Today's performances were just beautiful today. Seven goal scorers. Martial, finally back to his form, yeah. Daniel James has more goals than Christian Pulisic this season. Will.
Stop this. Stop this.
Anyway, it was a good game and fun, and it's nice to see our squad rotation because we didn't have to put Pogba on because Pogba was chilling on the bench today, which was good. And finally I see Bruno Fernandes turn up in games like this, and this is probably one of the best games I've ever seen in my United shirt. It was just amazing.
You haven't been blessed with many, have you? No, I'm only joking. You probably had a bit of success at the start of your life, but do you think it's coming back then, Jerry? The real Man United.
Yeah, we're back. 21's coming.
You're changing your opinion each day, man.
Jerry, man, when we were on here this time last week, the amount of times you told me when we beat Sheffield United tomorrow. I've never heard it so many times in my life, and something goes so wrong.
You see the guests, they're gonna win the league. You see Jerry's confident. Obviously, they got to back up. They're gonna win the league.
Oh, it's good to see you back at the top of the league again. That's all matters.
Yeah.
Well, you're not top of the league.
We are.
You're not.
We're joint top, but it's good.
I think by goal difference, maybe.
Joint top, yeah, but if you finish on joint top at the end of the season, City win the league.
Actually,
I don't see City winning this year.
no, you're still second. You're still second on goal difference.
No, we're first. Joint,
You're
but we're
second.
basically first.
No.
Wait,
It's so funny.
wait, Samuel,
United fans are starving for
No,
titles.
wait, hang
Hold
on.
on, Samuel, why am
No.
I today?
The season ended
I'm
today. Would you win the league? Joint second.
Samuel, why am today?
Would you get the
Hold on,
Premier League
Samuel,
title?
I'm today?
Joint first. No. Answer the question.
Hold
Would you win the
wait.
Premier League title? Being joint first? Yes or no? Will you get the?
No, Samuel, why am today? Why am today?
Answer the question,
Oh,
Jerry.
2-1.
Jerry.
2-1.
No.
2-1.
No.
2-1.
Answer the question.
2-1.
Why are you dodging it?
I bought little better than
If the
Hayer.
season ended today, would you get the Premier League trophy? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, you're not.
Jerry just lied to yourself, man.
We're in the league.
You're second in the league. It says second.
Don't-
Listen, second.
Doesn't matter. Okay,
Jerry,
where
man,
are
we've seen
you?
this happen, what, 8
You have
years ago?
no way. You have no right to chat to us. You are 10th in the leagues. Don't
What
chat
do you
to
mean?
us.
Wait. Hang on. You
Don't
couldn't even
chat
score
to
one goal
us.
against us. We're the worst team.
Don't chat to us.
We scored 0
We
goals.
can't be. Arsenal can never score 9 goals at Southampton. Don't chat to us.
Mate, we
No.
scored 9 goals again years ago.
To
7
be
goals.
fair, you
When?
don't get a trophy for scoring 9 against Southampton.
Exactly.
To be fair,
No, I'm
you
not
get a
saying
trophy for winning the FA Cup. To be fair, I'm just
Yeah.
saying. And I'm a Chelsea
no.
fan. I don't want to admit that,
You love
but it's
FA
true.
Cups. Okay, we have the most Premier League titles
Hang
the
on, no,
past
this
15 years.
this links it in nicely. Ahmed, I want to go back to you. Do you think the Premier League fans overrate the Premier League?
I don't know, it's an entertaining league, but the quality isn't that good as they say. But like, it's funny because Jerry, all these things about joint top. It's clear that United fans are starving for titles. It's so clear, man. Let's just be honest. Do you honestly think United will win the title this season?
It is possible. It's possible.
One
Yeah,
thing
I-
Yeah, I don't know.
Joey, you said don't trust us. You didn't even score 1 goal against us. Did he beat us this season? We're 10th. He couldn't even beat us once.
Okay, so we're still top of you. So
Can I tell you, when was the last time you beat us in the Premier League? Answer that question.
28. Okay, but it was 2018 when Pogba scored and who else? Pogba and Fellaini scored.
And
2018.
then since then, we've been going down and he still couldn't score.
Okay,
He did one goal
okay, I'm
against
still on top of you. Okay, so we're still top of you.
that
Do I
doesn't
care?
matter. But you know,
Doesn't matter.
the only way it
Have
matters
you,
is
wait, have you ever scored 9? That's the question. Have you ever scored 9 goals in the Premier League? Yes or no?
that's not the question. Oh,
That's the
so
question.
is that the trophy
No,
now?
thank you. Thank you.
Jerry, no,
Thank
that's not the
you.
question. The only
No
way it
fuck
matters
that
is that
to
you
you.
will. No, Jerry. The only way, are you top of the league? Yes or no? You're not. You're second.
We're joint top.
That
We're
doesn't
joint
matter.
top. We're
No.
joint top.
There's no such thing as
Jerry, man, I don't want to tell you again. Look, I'm being unbiased here. I'm always going to be unbiased, but you're not going to win the league for being joint top.
Are you sure?
I'm
I'm
sure.
not saying no, right? Wait,
It
when we get to May, we'll see. We'll see when
It
we get to
doesn't
May.
help. It doesn't help that Man City have the greatest manager of all time in Pep Guardiola as well. That doesn't help you. It doesn't help you.
Whoa,
That's a little
Will,
too
What
far.
do you mean?
Will.
Joint with
Whoa.
Jose.
Okay,
Joint
that
with
no
Jose.
striker, no De Bruyne, no De Bruyne, no Aguero. How can I be scared of them?
No, you say that when they slapped you up the League Cup when the whole team was injured. Then you see how can we be
Okay.
scared of? Come on. No,
Wait.
exactly.
Samuel, how can you be talking to us? You couldn't even. When's the last time you?
Wait,
When was
I'm
the
not.
last time you meet Man City?
I'm talking about you. Answer the question. I'm talking about you. Answer the question,
Okay,
Jerry.
so
Don't judge it.
I don't really care. I want to win the Premier League, bro. I don't care about your fuck up.
Exactly.
Because
Indiana.
we won.
You didn't beat us.
How come
Pull up that Indiana comment. Put the comment up. I'm pissed we didn't beat Arsenal. You didn't beat us.
So doesn't
You got
matter.
no
Okay, so we're still on top of you. We're still on top of you. So don't talk to us. You have
By the
no
way,
right to chat to us. We're
what
still
do you
on top of you in the league table.
and you couldn't
What are
score
the titles? I mean,
against Louise in both games. You had 2 chances to score against Louise and you didn't
this
score
year.
one.
Without Pep get trouble without who? Without Aguero now, because Aguero is unfit now.
But
Who else?
Aguero's been unfit for
Well,
about a year.
hang on. This is starting to sound like an Arsenal bloody Man United preview. You lot played last week and it was a dead game. So we're going to move on from that. Jerry,
Thank you.
just give me your final words on the 9-0 then, before we move on.
People need to start putting some respect on Ollie's name. Finally, I can see us in the title race here because our squad rotation is brilliant, and finally because now we don't have any players injured now. We can finally be able to see Eric Bailly back. Hopefully, we see him against against Everton. And let me tell you, my man of the match was Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, yeah. Ever since Tess came, I've been playing like English Roberto Carlos this season. This guy is being insane. No, I'm not joking. This guy has been one of the best left back
He
in
has
the
been
Premier
good. He
League
has
this
been good,
season.
yeah.
Yes.
No. If this continues, yeah, continues and ends up in the league, he has to be started for England. Him
Yeah,
and
he
Wan-Bissaka
does. He
should be in the
does.
squad. He
I think
has
he
to
needs to
be
start for
started.
England anyway,
Ella
doesn't he?
Chilwell.
Because I'm
No,
going to be
yeah.
honest, yeah, with Chilwell, yeah, I got drawn into the purple patch when he first joined, but he has been crap. He has been average ever since
All right.
that first 4 or 5 games. He's not been good at all.
No, but we are going to carry on. Let me just read out this comment. Everyone, please watching, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share across all your socials. It's free to do so. Right, so go on, carry on what you're saying. So can we all agree that Luke Shaw should start for England if they were playing tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. He's better than Chilwell. Will.
Yeah.
Will, you got to accept it. He's better than Chilwell.
I've
Will.
literally no. I can't change my profile picture on YouTube. That's the only reason. It's Chilwell's. Yeah, that's the only reason.
Ahmed, what would you say about Luke Shaw and Chilwell?
It's a hard. I haven't rated Shaw this season before. But if we're being honest, this season he has been good. So for England, I would pick Shaw over Chilwell.
Shaw over Chilwell, I think that's completely fair. And Will, what are you saying when you got drawn into that purple patch? What do you think that was? Because for me, I feel his performances were low, but he always just got a goal or an assist. And it was never one of those ones from like a set piece, like a very good assist or something like that. I just felt he was literally playing up front for Chelsea at the start of the season, wasn't he?
I think he was really good against Crystal Palace, and I think that was a really good performance. And I think he was good. Who was it against Sheffield United? And then we went on a few run of clean sheets where defensively he was solid, even if he wasn't contributing enough further up the pitch. But then he's just fallen off. Ever since, when was the game? Probably ever since Everton, he's just been absolutely crap, rubbish. Honestly,
Well, you could say that for the whole Chelsea team, though.
true, but you see what Alonso did at wing back at the week. If he continues that, Chilwell will fall down the pecking order.
Oh, for me, I don't know about that, man. I think Alonso is one of those 1 in every 5 games gets a good goal, and then his performances drop off once he starts facing a good attack. Because let's be honest, Burnley was probably the perfect game for him because he would never had that much defending to. He's tall, so you can win aerial duels. But when you got to be on the floor when you're facing someone like a Mane or someone like that, Alonso's not really a man, is he?
No, but if we're going to continue to play the 3 at the back, which I'm not sure if we will, if we are going to play the 3 at the back, I'd play Alonso. But if we play the 4, I'd play Chilwell or Emerson. And Emerson, when he has played here and there, he's been decent. He has been decent.
Yeah, I think Emerson's time at Chelsea is literally done. Surely.
I agree with Will. I think as a left wing back, Chilwell was absolutely shocking. And that's the thing you talked about, Alonso being bad at defending. That's why he suits this system. 3 at the back, and he don't need to do so much defensive work. So in that, if they play with the 3 at the back, I think Alonso is the right man. Otherwise, no.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think that's fair. Go on, Samuel.
I don't know why anyone never played Marcus Alonso at left wing. Because
He's too slow. He's too
I don't know
slow.
about that. Yeah, you got to have some pace in the Premier League, man.
But honestly, he's got that finish in him. He's got a strike on him. Like Saturday showed that.
Very good at set pieces as well.
But don't you think he should just be a part of the teams, part of the starting 11 when you play teams like Burnley, just constantly?
Yeah, maybe, but I can't believe we signed Chilwell over Reguilon. When you look back on it, I can't believe it.
Wait, Will. Hugh just sold Mo, because you have 3 right backs, 3 left backs, right?
Yeah, we do.
So
Yeah.
Hugh just sold Mo. So like, Hugh, which one would you sell tomorrow? Because you have Chilwell, Emerson, and Alonso. Which one you would sell tomorrow?
It depends. It really depends because I don't rate any of them too highly. But I'd probably sell Alonso, yeah, because of his age. I'd probably just sell Alonso if I had to sell one.
With that, I want to ask Ahmed. Obviously, we're talking about Chelsea, a bit about United as well, and a bit of Arsenal. But out of all the big 6 teams, I think we can rule out Arsenal. To be honest, who would you say is the best one? That's not me taking the piss. I just think we need to rule out Arsenal straight away.
So who is in the top 6? Is it Leicester?
So it's no. Well, I'd say no. Yeah, okay, go on. You can replace Arsenal for Leicester then. Yeah. Put in. We'll do this. All of you actually. So Ahmed, we'll start with you. We'll do the big 6. You know, I'm not gonna be unfair. We'll put Arsenal in there then. So Liverpool, Arsenal, United, City, Tottenham, Chelsea. Rank them in terms of quality.
Okay, I would judge it on first 11. So I think the strongest first 11 must be Liverpool.
All fit, yeah. All fit, by the way.
Yeah, all fit, yeah. And I think Van Dijk is a big miss for Liverpool. Not only the defending side, because you really haven't had a lot of problem defending wise. The thing is with Van Dijk is he's so composed, and the way he switches the ball from left to right is absolutely incredible. So he's a bigger loss than people think. So I would put Liverpool at first, City second, Chelsea third, United fourth, Spurs fifth, Leicester sixth.
Leicester 6. Fair enough. Will, an whole big 6. Who are you ranking where?
It's difficult between Liverpool and Man City at the top because if you got a fully fit Aguero, De Bruyne, you got Sterling, you've got Fernandinho, when fully fit is one of the best DMs in the league still. And I prefer Pep Guardiola to Jurgen Klopp, so I'm gonna have to go Man City. But then you got the defense. You got Diaz and Laporte, who are both very good. You've got and to be fair, if I'm taking Diaz or Laporte or Van Dijk or Gomez, overall I'm taking Diaz and Laporte because I don't rate Gomez. I think Alisson's a bit better than Ederson, but
For me, Alisson's a lot better than Ederson. I think Ederson in the last year or so I think he's gone downhill.
Yeah, I agree.
And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I do prefer Cancelo to Trent as well.
Yeah, I agree.
As an all-round player, I'd agree.
Yeah.
But Robertson is by far the best option. So overall I'd probably go. But then you got Thiago. It's difficult. I'll go with Man City at the top. If I'm going to go Man City at the top. Then it's Liverpool. Then probably Chelsea. Then United. Then it's difficult between Leicester and Spurs because I really like Leicester's midfield. I think it's better than Spurs. And then you look at the centre back pair options as well. I'd probably rather have Leicester's with Fofana and Evans over Dyer and Alderweireld. So I'd probably go with Leicester, then Spurs, and then Arsenal.
Well, you go for Leicester, better team than Tottenham.
I think if you look all round, yeah, I honestly do. I think all round.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking first 11, Leicester's first 11 is very good, isn't it? I just think it's behind that which could be improved. Jerry, in the big 6, where are you ranking them?
Is it the end of the season or are you talking like you
let's just talk in recent time. Like the first the starting 11.
So for past 15 years,
No, starting 11, man. The starting 11 they've changed in 15 years.
Wait, you just starting 11 or top 6?
Starting 11 on the big 6.
Oh, sorry. Okay, my goalkeeper, of course, have to back my guy De Gea.
No, bro, you're getting this wrong. We're not doing the combined 11. We're not doing the combined 11. I'm saying on the big 6, yeah. So out of all the big 6,
who's got the best?
Who's got the best first 11?
Oh, best first 11. Oh, sorry. So right now, right now Tottenham could have a very good first 11 because right now Kane's injured. Because they have a lot of injuries like this thing. They lost what else? Lo Celso, and they lost Harry Kane. Number 2, I'll take Man United because our team is very good this season. Number 3, I'll go for Liverpool because Salah and Mane, they're very good players. They have very good like starting 11, Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. Number 4, I'll pick Manchester City because like Aguero has been out for quite a long time, and they should have bought a new striker. I hope Pep does that next season if he wants to bounce back. Because I don't see Jesus ain't it for it. Because I don't see him winning any like proper big trophies with Jesus up top because he ain't good enough. And number 5, I'll say Leicester City because they're a very good team. They have Jamie Vardy, one of the best strikers in the league, and they have very good midfielders. And that's why we struggle against them on the New Year's Day. And number 6, I'll probably say.
Well, there's only one left.
Oh, number 6. Oh, number 6. I'll probably say Chelsea.
Chelsea, yeah. That's controversial, man. You put City
Jerry,
fourth, didn't you?
Jerry, I didn't know if I heard you correctly, but did you say Spurs at number 1?
Hold on.
Oh, I'm dead.
No, but they do. No, they have injuries right now. They do.
No. So,
Son.
Spurs without injuries will go over Liverpool without injuries. So everyone Liverpool's fit. Everyone's Tottenham is fit. You'll see Tottenham over them.
Well, hang on, I'd say Liverpool over Tottenham.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah, but Liverpool have been struggling this season.
No.
Very honest.
It's this guy without injuries. Like in general.
Let's move on. Samuel, give me yours, man.
Right, number 1 is gotta be Liverpool. You know, they've been the best team in the world in the past couple of years. You know, Champions League and the Premier League in back-to-back seasons. You know, Van Dijk, you know, one of the greatest Premier League centre backs of all time. You got 2 of the best Premier League players and top 100, top 50 Premier League players of all time in Salah and Mane in there. You know, Salah has made a comeback now. Did in the last week, so, you know, scoring that goal against Tottenham, the demolition of Tottenham, and then the West Ham game where there was some sexy football there. Was that touch from Salah? Number 2, I'd say, is Man City. The sole reason is that, you know, Pep is the ultimate tactician, and all the players just click. Yes, last year might have been just a blip, but they still won a trophy last year. I think they won the League Cup.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
They won the League Cup. They won the League Cup last year, and despite that, they finished with 81 points. It doesn't matter. Finishing with 80 points for 4 years straight is something impressive. Number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Manchester United. For the sole reason is that mainly they're better than Tottenham. They've been better than Chelsea. The league table in the past couple of years show that. Yes, they finished 6th on his first season, but now they've turned the corner. I'd say Oli is better than some of these managers on there. You know, he deserves that job. Number 4, I have to say Chelsea at number 4. You know, if all the Chelsea players are on form, then they can easily they wouldn't be in the position they were. Because every single Chelsea player this season have been underperforming. Werner, Havertz, even Edouard Mendy, Thiago Silva, they've been underperforming.
Allow Thiago Silva, yeah.
No, Thiago Silva, no, he's been good. He's been their best player this season.
But the expectation is for Chelsea this season was top 4 of the title, and as of right now, they're way below that.
That's true.
And number 5, I'll say is us. I'll put us above Tottenham because we've won something in the past couple of years, and Tottenham's got nothing to show for it. Really, you know, we've got a trophy in the past couple of years. We've got a Golden Boot winner in the last 2 years in Aubameyang. You know, it's been years since Kane won the Golden Boot. So 5 years now since Kane lost on the Golden Boot. 4 years. 4 years.
4 years, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 years since Kane lost on the boot. And in number 6, of course, is Tottenham. Their last. Actually, no. I'll put Leicester in there because Leicester have a better team overall than Tottenham. And 7, I'll put Tottenham Hotspur.
Wait, Samuel, can I just ask you something? Did you say that Ollie is better than a couple of managers on there? What managers do you think he's better than, in your opinion?
You know what? I think the majority of managers he's better than. Same shit.
Hey, no.
No, this comment's really unfair for me.
Block this guy.
Samuel,
Block
stop
this-
chatting
no,
shit.
block
Ollie
this
is
guy,
shit,
please.
man. Only relying on
No.
individual brilliance. I
Block
don't
this
agree
guy,
with that, man.
please.
Because
No, he's a
United
decent
seems to be
manager.
good in the
This
past.
guy,
He's a decent manager.
No. Hey, please block him, please. This guy was thanking every stream, even during their TV. Block him.
Allow him, man.
Please.
Allow him. He's just giving his opinion. He's just giving his opinion.
What is he talking
Um,
about?
But Samuel, do you mean that Ollie is better than some of the managers on that out of the top 6, or are you saying he's one of the better managers in the Premier League?
I'll say one of the better managers in the Premier League.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I think he's around 5th, 7th, around there. But he's way better than. I think he showed it better than Hassan Hugo. People said before they came to that said Hassan Hugo was better, but tonight showed.
Wow.
Hasenhuttl was a little bit overrated, although I do like him. I like him as a manager, but some people wanted him to take over Lampard as their first choice, which I think is a bit extreme.
I wouldn't say it. I mean, he did a good job at Southampton, but as of right now, you never know. They could go on a losing run. As of right now,
Yeah, they could do. But we're gonna move on. This debate happened on my channel the other day, and I think it's really good. This is not as a manager as a whole. I want to know, starting with Ahmed. This is just tactically. So tactically, who do you think's better out of Arteta and Solskjaer? This might be even disrespectful to some people watching. I think it's fair if we're talking tactically, but as a whole manager, personally, I go for Oli. But tactically, I'd still go for Oli. But I just think it's closer. Ahmed, what do you think about that?
Oh, that's a hard one. You have to say that Oli has been blessed with good players. Just look at Arteta's team, man. He has David Luiz at the back. This guy gave me pain in PSG. So it's a much harder job for Arteta. I think tactically Arteta edged it. I mean, I've seen more from Arteta, changing in game, setting up, adjusting to the opponent than I've seen from Oli. But it's a close one. I would say Arteta tactically is better.
Fair. Will, what about you?
I think it's close, but I'm gonna probably. I'm not saying as a manager overall, but tactically, I probably will have to go with Arteta as well because of what he did in the FA Cup semi-final last year and in the final, which won them a trophy. And when Arsenal went on that losing run, he knew that a change was needed and didn't. I hate to say this, but Oli has relied on individual brilliance a lot more, as Ahmed said. So I'll probably just have to go with Arteta based off of that.
Jerry, I already know who he's going with.
People when he starts pressing Ollie's name. Number 1, Ollie. Number 2, Arteta. Because obviously he did one every cup. And number 3 is Lampard because the job was too big for him, and that's why he got sacked by Chelsea.
Wait, hang on. What are you answering?
Which one would you hit like me? He's better overall. He said Arteta, Lampard.
No. I asked Solskjaer and Arteta, who you saying tactically is better, not even as a whole manager, just tactically.
Oh, sorry. I meant Ollie's better in my opinion because right now we're sitting during top of the league and we're in a title race and we're doing well this season. And Arteta, yeah, he's doing good. Hopefully he carries on what he's doing with Arsenal. And I don't really care about that player because Arsenal still got good players in that team. They have Saka, Aubameyang, so I don't know why they seem they have a shit squad, and they should be again. Yeah,
You see, you're like the league fans and the Arteta outwards. That's what you sound like.
What?
I think that's no.
I'm not really good. What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying league Arteta out brigade because they think Arsenal should be challenging for the title. That's like someone was saying. You know, we should be competing for the title.
No, I'm not saying like. What am I saying? I'm not saying like you should, but well, what's happening to us now? Like we're top of the league now, joint top of the league. But I think it's for Arsenal.
Jerry, don't get. You're second. You're second.
We're joint top.
Jerry.
Top.
No, but you are second though.
I don't know.
Jerry, you can't forget that Arteta tactically outclassed City and Chelsea in a semi-final.
Wait, I have a question for Jerry. Wait, Ahmed, has Oli been Arteta yet? Yes or no?
No.
Exactly. So
Okay,
you finished at 4
Arsenal
times.
were the ones. I swear, Arsenal were the ones who ended his first bit of good form. He came in, he won like every game, and then he played.
That was
Arsenal
under Emery. Yeah, that was under Emery.
Yeah.
So,
Oh
yeah.
shit! Yeah, you asked about Arteta. Well, I don't think he's done that either, has he?
Yeah, he hasn't been Arteta yet as well. 0 wins with Arteta. 3 games played. I think it goes 2-0, 1-0, and 0-0.
To be fair, it is close though. I don't think Oli is tactically clueless like some people say. I don't think going that far is necessary. But I'd say Arteta just edges it, like just.
Yeah.
But overall, it's maybe Oli.
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I'd go for Oli. I mean, Arteta
Yeah.
could be better, but I don't think we know that yet.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't forget that Oli has managed for 12 years as well.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
exactly.
I prefer
Oli
Oli
has more
overall.
experience in him. Facts. And the only way people are actually going to give Oli that big respect is if he does a madness season, like win the Premier League. That's the only way he'll get that respect. Because even if he finishes second this season, people still gotta be next to it's a PT, there's no tactics, there's nothing. That's all they'll start saying. It's true,
Yeah,
you know.
I think Oli does get disrespected a bit too much. He does. He
I
definitely
think
does.
he does. Yeah.
And if he wins something, then I think he'll be respected a lot more and deservedly so if he does win something.
He just needs to get past that semi-final. They've got a semi-final against City, is it, in the FA Cup?
Yeah.
No. That's the 5th round.
4 times.
Oh, West Ham. Yeah, they got West Ham. And that's a tough game.
It's not semi-final though. It's like
No, it's not a semi-final. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've been meaning to ask you about this, Samuel, because I want to speak about Arsenal's game today. Because obviously there's a lot of controversy going round. Before we talk about more of the game, what do you make of the David Luiz red card?
You know what? I think it's a penalty, but never a red card. If you look at the way...
if it's a penalty, it has to be a red card. That's the thing.
No. The thing is, I'll show you this example. If you go back to the FA Cup final when Chelsea beat Man United, you can see when Phil Jones brought down Eden Hazard, he made a rough tackle on him, and he was the last man there, and he didn't get a red. He just got a yellow card, and it was a penalty. As for David Luiz, this is not a serious foul play challenge. It's a penalty, but I believe it's a yellow card at best, not a red, in my opinion. Also, I think that moment in the game, I think if David Luiz just lets him score and just makes no contact at all, and they draw 1-1, second half we go with 11 men, we win the game. Simple as. So I think that cost us the games today. A bit of both. I think Luiz's misjudgment and the referee, but also who's that guy from BT Sport? The refereeing guy, I forgot his name. What was it?
Peter Walton, is it?
Yeah, Peter Walton. He said that before he made up the judgment, he said, "Oh, everyone knows that David Luiz is a rash player and always makes rash things." So what went through his mind first, without even looking at the challenge, is he says, "Oh, David Luiz is a rash player." It's the same like Wilfred Zaha when he goes down and say, "Oh, he's a diver. I won't give this." So I think it's a bit of that. So I think the referee played a big part in it today.
There's a bias, you think, towards certain players?
Yeah, I think there is. You know, you go with your Zahas, your Iron Robbins, who tend to dive, and your rough players. You know, like Vidic was rough, so sometimes they give penalties against Vidic, and David Luiz is rough. So it's an instinct from referees.
Yeah, that's fair. This is a good. Well, I don't actually know if it's a good comment. Abdi says, "Remember when Ollie comes up against good managers, we crumble because we lack ideas, and that's why we're out of the Champions League." Yeah, but last season, United had like the best record against the Big Six, didn't they?
But this season it's been opposite because they haven't even beat one Big Six team this season.
Yeah, I know, but Abdi's trying to make it out like Solskjaer isn't capable of it.
He's been negative, man. Always negativity, man. You need to stop that. You just slapped a team 9-0 without football and still being negative. What?
Yeah, it's like at least you haven't had to suffer with a manager like Lampard, and you've only just been freed in the last couple of weeks.
Hang on. I remember you and Prime were bigging up Lampard. Lampard, all this stuff during the summer window.
I was wrong. I admit it. I was wrong.
I understand because that was because he got top 4 without any money, without Hazard. That's why Chelsea were bigging him up.
Yeah, but clueless, worst manager I've seen at Chelsea, the worst.
And the good.
Well, if you think about it now, on paper, Solskjaer is the odd one out of the Big Six because they've all got world class managers now, haven't they? Klopp, Pep. Well, not Arteta really, but I think Rodgers. I wouldn't call him world class, but if we're taking Leicester now instead of Arsenal, then I think Brendan Rodgers has done a lot more than Solskjaer. You got obviously Mourinho, you got Tuchel, and that's it. And does that kind of rule Solskjaer out? Do you think that this could mean that once United's good run of form ends, how can he compete with the rest of the Big Six, or do you just think he's got away?
I think I don't know, because with Ollie, I think he's just a really good man manager, one of the best in the league. And I think if he just gets the players playing from him and doesn't lose the dressing room, I can't really see them falling off for a while yet. I don't see it. If he then loses the dressing room, I think he's finished. But then a lot of managers are finished if they lose the dressing room, I guess. But I don't see Ollie getting sacked yet.
No, I don't see that.
We need to keep it real. Like, Ole
Yeah.
has kept a good relationship with the players. If you compare it with Lampard, he was a disgrace. He went out publicly, talked about the players. He had a bad relationship with many of the players, didn't spoke with them for 3 months. Th- That's why I think gets the respect from the players, and the players play for him. That's why he's in the job. So that's a good thing with Ole, I have to say.
No, this is between them two, yeah. That Ollie, like, see whenever his job's online, yeah. That next game, this player will start turning up for him and end up saving him, like Bruno does all the time. And you can see that Ollie, his man management, is incredible, and he got the players, and he always compliments them. He never speaks negative about them, and he even even when he didn't get back after that 6-1 loss here, like even though he didn't get back in the transfer window, yeah. Ollie just didn't complain once. He just continued what he's doing. And don't get me wrong, yeah, like probably with our new signing of with our new sign of Amad Diallo, hopefully we'll probably see him in Europe League. Personally for me, I don't see him in the Premier League this season because yeah, and also what I'm gonna say is that about Ollie, he knows how to start because when we lose a game, yeah, he doesn't make same mistakes. He changes it straight away. Like today, like he made a mistake of playing Marshall on Sheffield United game, and the next game he changed it and played Cavani. And look what happened. That's how good he is. All he is. Never makes his mistakes. Like, learns from his mistake and changes it.
He is good. He is good.
Very
But we are
good.
gonna come to the end of the show. Not yet. I've got one more thing that I want to talk about. I think this will be good. We're not going to bring Leicester into it this time. It's going to be Arsenal out of the big six. Who do you guys think will be the first manager out of the big six to be sacked? I'll go first. I'll say Tuchel because I think it is. I say sacked, but he's only got a year and a half contract. I just think he'll go. But Ahmed, who do you think out of those managers would be sacked first?
If you think about the club's history, then we need to edge it for Chelsea Tuchel. But overall, I think Tuchel is a great manager. I think he's one of the best ones in the Premier League. So if I just go for the quality and not think about the club, I think it's between Ole or Arteta, one of them. No. Mourinho. I think Mourinho will get sacked first.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if Levy's how you pronounce it. I don't know if he has a bottle for that, man.
But bro, it's hard to watch Tottenham nowadays. Like the way they play,
Yeah,
so
but
many.
look, he's going to play this horrible football with Tottenham. I think we all know that. But I think he's going to get a trophy. I
But
think he will get a
if he
trophy.
doesn't get a trophy, that's the thing. If he doesn't get a trophy, that's the
But let's be
reason they
honest,
got.
they're not going to sack him this season.
But the reason they got him was to get the trophy, right?
Hmm.
So if they don't get top four and they don't get a trophy, I think there's a reason to sack him. And they aren't looking promising. They're not looking like they're progressing. And I think really the players will be tired after a year of defensive football. Do you think Son and Kane want to play that style of football? I think the players will turn on him.
And they might do. That might be it. But I think that even if he has a poor season this season without Champions League football, I think he'll get another chance next season. And I just see him winning a trophy either this season or next season, whatever happens. So, Will, out of those managers, who are you saying is going to get sacked first? Or do you not think any of them will?
It will definitely. I think it will definitely be between Mourinho or Tuchel because I can see Tuchel winning trophies here, but it's just how we act. I think Tuchel could win the FA Cup and get top four, and even do well in the Champions League. And if he has a bad run or a bad run next season, he'll still get sacked. So I'd probably go with Tuchel or Mourinho, and Mourinho for the same reasons. It's just he could lose the dressing room like he has done a few times before. So yeah, for me, if Mourinho or Tuchel.
Fair enough. Jerry, what about you? And I'll repeat the question for you this time, so you don't think I said something else. Out of the big six managers, including Arsenal, who do you think will get out of their managers? Who do you think is going to get sacked first?
Wait, including Arsenal.
Yeah, including Arsenal. Yeah, we're not going to go for Leicester.
I mean, very honest. I think if Arteta does get top six, I think he'll be out of the job. And also, I see Tuchel getting sacked because that's what Chelsea are. Even like he will do the same thing, like winning. He'll do what the Di Matteo. He'll win the Champions League and next season have a bad run, have a bad run, and then he'll get sacked. So it's Chelsea and Arsenal manager will get sacked, in my opinion.
Wait, hang on. So Tuchel or Arteta, yeah?
Both of them, yeah.
Both of them. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Samuel, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's Mourinho because there's no way Arteta's getting sacked this year, in my opinion. I don't see anything happening. I thought the most likely one is Jose, due to the fact the way Tottenham have been playing. They've skipped the second season where Mourinho really does good in the league. Tottenham have skipped that in the most Tottenham way and have gone straight into the third season. That's what Tottenham have done. Straight go into toxic Jose, you know. Ever since that video, you know, big up Mel, Sabah's TV. Ever since that video, it hasn't gone well. That's what I'm gonna say, and that's Jose's downfall. You know, I'll see him being sacked in November. That's the next sacking. After that, it's probably gonna be Tuchel. I think he's just gonna leave. He's gonna win probably FA Cup at Chelsea. That's it. If I'm being honest. And then after that, really, it's just those two, Mourinho and Tuchel.
Fair enough.
Mourinho and Tuchel. I think that is fair enough. But on that thing with Mel, people genuinely believe that her putting a video out saying that Arsenal should worry about different teams has actually affected Tottenham. Let's be honest now. It's not because of that. Eric Dyer's not watching that video and going, shit, they've got to perform next weekend now. He's not doing any of that. I think that's, you know, I think people are overreacting to that a bit. But it's a coincidence. They have been pretty poor since that video. But we have come to the end of the stream. Ahmed, where can they find you?
I think it is underline Ahmed PSG. I'm
Go
not sure.
check it out. Go check it out. Will.
Just at Will_CFC_Twitter, and also follow Kai's Twitter account as well. I run the Twitter account for his YouTube channel, so yeah, follow that as well.
Go follow that. What's it called, Jerry?
On Twitter, you can find me as Jeremiah Ojan, and in Instagram is Jerry_147.
Samuel.
Samuel 4002 AFC on Twitter, and then EGTV go on YouTube.
Go check it out. Me, you can find me on Twitter, LFC Sunny, and at FTBL Addiction, the Football Addiction on YouTube as well. Everyone watching, please make sure you have left a like, share the stream to whoever you can. People can watch the replay. Leave your comments in. I'm sure Indiana will be reading them out, so make sure you do that. And I'll speak to you next